What's going on, everybody? Cody here. This clip y'all are about to watch, it's from the Trainwreck Podcast, episode 16. It's me and my friend Drew's podcast. In this past episode, we gave our thoughts on both the AFC and the NFC. If y'all want to check out the full show, it's about an hour and 40 minutes. This last episode, it's on my channel. But if you guys just want to watch this quick little portion that I'm clipping out for you, go right ahead. If you would please subscribe if you're not already, and thumbs the video up, that'd be awesome. Thank you and have a good night. I think the Vikings will win the NFC North just because of Justin Jefferson. And I mean, Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback. He's not top tier or anything, but he's good. And I know everyone's high on the Lions, and I do like the Lions a lot, but I think they're ready to get to the playoffs, but I don't think they're ready to win the division. I mean, it's a toss up between them and the Vikings because I don't think whoever wins this division, I don't think is going to have more than 10 wins. So
Yeah.
it could easily come down to the wire and go off who has a better divisional record. But I'm rolling with the Vikings just because of their offense. I feel like even missing Dalvin Cook, I mean, it's kind of the thing that's been the big discussion the last couple weeks. Running backs are kind of plug and play, and so I don't think they're going to have that much of a change in production. And then, I'm going to go Vikings 1 and Lions 2, but you could really interchange them. And then for 3 and 4, it's a toss up again because I think the Bears aren't going to be first overall pick bad, but they're not going to be in the playoff hunt good.
Yeah.
And the Packers, I'm picking the Packers to finish last just because their fans are douchebags. And I'm happy that even though Aaron Rodgers is a douchebag too, I'm happy he's out of Green Bay just so they can suck now. I mean, they sucked last year. They did not deserve to be in the playoff hunt last year.
Oh, yeah.
And so, fuck you, Packers. You can finish last. And I'll go ahead and go with the Bears to finish third, I think. I mean, like I said, I don't think the winner is going to have more than 10 wins. And I think the Packers and Bears both will have around 4 or 5 wins. And that's my thoughts.
Now, my thoughts in NFC North, like the battle royale of the fucking division. Minnesota has too much talent to be not deserving number one. So yeah, number one is gonna be the Minnesota Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
But them losing Dalvin Cook, it's gonna hurt them a lot. They're going to have to rely on Kirk Cousins more. He's not a bad quarterback, but he's not your prime time Mahomes or eat Joe Burrow or anything like that.
See, let's look at
He'll win you games, but he ain't gonna win you championships.
so Kirk Cousins last year, 66% completion percentage, 4,500 yards, 29 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Do you think he improves on that?
Honestly, the TD interception rate would probably be almost the same, but he
Yeah.
might have more passing yards.
See, that's what I'm looking at too. I mean, that's a two to
But I
one.
think it's gonna be almost 200 more passing yards.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely got to work on those interceptions because it's a 2 to 1 ratio.
Yeah. And number two is gonna be the Lions. For once in the Lions' life, they actually have a bright future for them. It
Yeah.
would it would be it won't, I won't be surprised to be the first in that division. It will not surprise me.
Mm-hmm.
That defense is actually improving for once. The offense and Jared Goff's actually doing pretty well this
Mm-hmm.
past seasons. The running back game is actually not bad. It's not terrible. It's not bad. The receiving core between the Titans and receivers, they're okay. But overall, there's actually a future in Detroit. Now, the two chicken shits of the division between the Bears and Packers arguably probably the most two annoying fan bases in the NFL. I'm
Dude,
going to say I'm going to say Bears the third. I think they just had a little bit more talent than Green Bay, but it's not that much.
mhm. See, I don't know any Bears fans in real life. The only person I know that's a Bears fan is Seth Rollins from WWE. And, every time they lose, he tweets out, I hate football. And that's why I kind of want the Bears to keep on sucking too. But I've met plenty
Every
of pack.
every Bears fan I know, the rest are sex offenders. I'm not joking. I'm legit serious.
I'm guessing Adam's a Bears fan then. See
Yeah.
that See, like that fucker, he posted that meme about the Cowboys in our group chat saying, like, oh, you need a VCR to watch the. And I'm like, well, fuck, what can I respond? Because it's not like the fucker watches football. I think you fed him that line.
No, I did not. He came with that by himself.
He did not. He's not that smart. He probably saw it on Facebook and stole it.
I always see you screenshots to prove my innocence.
But yeah, no, that motherfucker. I'm like, he doesn't watch football, so what can I fucking counter with? Like when you said that, I'm like, well, fuck, I have a counter for his, but I'm like, and then I was gonna bring up something about Adam being a pedophile, which, ladies and gentlemen, he's not actually a pet. Well, he's weird, but he's not a registered sex offender or a pedophile in real life.
He's just like chicks with dicks. All right,
Yeah,
let's just get the point across.
and they have to be animated, but yeah, I was like,
If there's a utopia for him, the fucking every female and dude will have tits and a dick.
and they would be 3D printed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck, I can't even counter now because I'm like, it's a sports thing and he doesn't watch sports. How am I going to counter that before I make it personal?
Now
But
number four, it's gonna be the cheeseheads.
yeah,
And God, I'm not behind the Jordan Love train. I don't think that there's. I don't think he's not the guy. I think forever now he's gonna be the number two guy for any team he goes in the future. And that's even a stretch for me.
see, I think if he was on the Titans, he would have a lot of success. I think because it would be him not like following a legend or anything.
Yeah, I think Aaron Rodgers just cucked him.
Yeah. But like, say if he was on like the Texans or the Titans or
That team's actually willing to give him a chance for a future.
yeah, or like Washington, somebody like that. If he's not following like a beloved player or somebody like that, then I think he would be more successful. But no, I mean, if that motherfucker comes out and has one bad game, these freaking douchebag fans are gonna start going, "Oh man, we got rid of Aaron Rodgers for this bum." If he has one bad game, and that's the thing, he's gonna be in a under a big microscope.
Now, don't get me wrong. The Raiders, even the Cowboys fans, are toxic to our quarterbacks, but there's nothing more toxic than a Green Bay Packer fan.
Dude, I say I haven't met a Packers fan that wasn't annoying. I have family that are Packers fans. Sorry, guys, but uh, no, that I mean they're not as annoying in real life, but Packers fans on Facebook are annoying.
Dude, for real.
Yeah,
The
that's why.
most narcissistic, self-centered, ego little bastards. Oh
By the
yeah, we
way,
won. We won an NFL title back in 1910. Okay, and
you fucking douchebags, Dez caught it.
and oh yeah, by the way, thanks for Devontae Adams. That was actually a good trade for us for once.
Yeah. So moving on to the NFC East, um, I actually have a whole thing of notes right on my computer. I don't know if you can see it or not,
No, I can't.
but I have a whole thing of notes right here for this NFC East video. I'm gonna
I think
make
this division is the AFC West of the NFC. It's a
Yeah,
very tough division.
I think so too. And that's why I wanted to lead off with, like I said, I was either going to do a video over the NFC East or the AFC West because they're the two most compelling divisions. So I'm going to start from the bottom and work my way up, but I'm going to kind of be vague because I don't want to give away too much of my video. But Washington, actually, New York, I think is going to finish last because I think Saquon Barkley is going to hold out for a few games this season, and then if he holds out and the Giants suck, he's going to get a fuckload of money.
Yep.
But I think they're going to come to regret giving Daniel Jones that extension. They still don't have a true number one wide receiver. They don't even really have a true number two receiver. All the receivers kind of suck, and Daniel Jones sucks. Their defense sucks against the run, so we'll see if that's improved. They got decent like their defense was middle of the road. I mean, the biggest thing that made the Giants probably the biggest shock of last NFL season was Saquon Barkley being able to keep teams off the field. Between Saquon Barkley's legs and Daniel Jones's legs, because Daniel Jones can run really well, he just can't throw.
Yep.
They kept teams off the field and kept their defense rested. But that being said, their defense against the rush sucked, and their defense against the pass was middle of the road. They have a good pass rush, but once that ball is in the air, that's where they struggle. And that's why I think the Giants are going to finish last. Washington, I don't think anyone really cares if they make the playoffs. They already have a big win this season, getting rid of Dan Snyder, and they're trending in an upward direction because I feel like this new ownership group is, if anything, they want them to suck this year so they can justify firing everybody and getting their own people in place. And I think that's kind of the thing. Like, the Commanders aren't going to make that many moves this season to improve the team. But next season and the seasons after, Washington's a few years away from being a contender to at least compete for the division every year. Does that mean in a few years, I mean, the Cowboys and the Eagles aren't going to be as good, you know? Dak Prescott and Jalen Hurts are going to get older. People are going to leave, you know? And so Washington can be a real contender for that division in a few years. It's just not going to be this year. But I think they're going to have a third place finish because I think they are going to be better than the Giants. No matter what, though, I think they're going to clean house. This is going to be Ron Rivera's last year. But I mean, I guess that also depends on the coaching market and who's available after this season.
Yeah.
My second place pick, pains me to say it, but I'm going with the Dallas Cowboys. That being said, they're still going to make the playoffs. They're definitely going to be a wild card team. But I mean, their defense is probably the best in the NFL. You got Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs, and then you add Stephon Gilmore onto that, and then Deron Bland last year was a freaking stud. And I mean, everywhere on that front line of the defense is stacked. You got Demarcus Lawrence, you got Osia Odigizua, you got that Mozzie Smith kid. They drafted Dorrance Armstrong, Micah Parsons. I mean, every position on the defensive line, they have studs as starters and then they have studs as backups, so they're deep. The only thing they kind of struggle with is linebacker, but they also got safeties that can come up and play linebacker if that core is struggling, because they got three really good safeties with Donovan Wilson, Jaron Curse, and Malik Hooker. So even if the linebacking core struggles, Dan Quinn can drop a safety and help them. And so the defense is going to be incredible. It's just, can Dak Prescott get rid of the turnovers? And I think Mike McCarthy is going to have a more conservative play calling style compared to Kellen Moore. So I think Dak Prescott's interceptions will be down. But the problem, and this was the big problem against San Francisco in the playoff game, is they cannot come out flat. And I know like the Cowboys want to establish the run early, and this is probably the good thing, them not having Ezekiel Elliott's slow ass anymore. You know, they come out flat because pound Ezekiel Elliott up the middle. Okay, he got no yards. Okay, let's run him up the middle again. Okay, cool, he got 2 yards. Now it's 3rd and 8 though, and the defense can play soft coverage, and then you got nobody open on the pass, and they do that for the first couple of drives, and then they have no momentum and they're down by 10. So I think if McCarthy can avoid the Cowboys coming out flat at games, they got a good shot at hopefully getting past the divisional round. Now, do I think they will? No, because the NFC is pretty tough. Well, it's tough with the Eagles, and it's going to be, well, I don't know, actually. Like, the Cowboys could get in the NFC championship this year. It's just who they draw in the playoffs, like if they play the Eagles in the divisional round, I don't see that. But if they end up having to play the Eagles in the NFC championship, then yeah, because I mean, no matter who wins the North, South, and West, the Cowboys are probably better than all of them except for the 49ers.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, the Cowboys just can't lose to the 49ers again in the playoffs. 49ers fans are up there for big ass douchebags too. So, man, that's the thing. They gotta. If I'm the Cowboys, you already kind of know you're going to get into the playoffs. I'm constructing my offense around beating the 49ers and the Eagles. And I gave it away. Basically, the Eagles are going to win the division. They're just so damn good. Jalen Hurts. I love Jalen Hurts. I hate that he plays for the Eagles because I love that dude. And their scheme for their offense is perfect. Nick Sirianni is a douchebag, but he's a great coach. And their defense, they got a lot of young. I mean, they drafted everybody off Georgia's defense basically, and they got a lot of young studs and a lot of good veterans in the secondary. So it's hard not to pick the Eagles to go 13-4 again and be the number one seed in the NFC back to back years. But the NFC, it's gonna either run through Philadelphia, Dallas, or San Francisco.
This is a very interesting division to watch next season. I arguably probably this is going to shake up the NFL, in my opinion, because the
Mm-hmm.
two teams, the Philadelphia and Cowboys. I think the Philadelphia Eagles will still be number one seed for that
Mm-hmm.
division. Yes, Jalen Hurts is legit. I'm an OU fan. I knew he was going to be legit when he got drafted. I'm so glad he finally to be him. And knowing that they have so much talent and between the defense and offense, you can't really argue against that. Now the Cowboys, I'm gonna say the Cowboys are gonna be on number two, and I feel like the Cowboys can't mess up this year. They going had to play pitch perfect.
I mean, dude, if it's another dumb fucking play that ends our season again this year,
I think the
I,
Cowboys are going to be the same situation as the Chargers. If their coaching and players make right decisions this year, they could probably almost get to the Super Bowl. But it's going to rely heavily on the coaching staff, the team staying healthy enough, and overall decision making has to be better.
yeah,
That's
I
why
think
I'm saying they need to have it. They had to play pitch perfect.
if it's another embarrassing loss in the playoffs where they try some crazy ass play, I will go on a fucking rampage.
Now that's going to fall on Dak Prescott, your pass rush, your cornerbacks, and that coaching staff you have.
Yeah,
So if all four are not clicking, there's no way in hell you're not going to pass the division playoffs.
yeah. I mean, I'm not worried about the defense. It's just that offense, man.
Yeah, it's just like you. I can't deny you guys have a good defense, but there's always one part of the defense is not playing as well as the other.
Mm,
Like you might have some injuries in the back line, or your front lines all fully healed, all rested up and healthy. But it's going to be exact opposite. It's what I've been noticing the Cowboys in the past couple of years
yeah,
because the injuries kind of been plaguing them a lot with the defense.
yeah.
Number three, I'm gonna say the Washington Commanders. They finally have like they finally got rid of Dan Snyder. I'm a big Rivera fan, but I also do think it's gonna be his last year, unless there's like no coaches available next the years after that. But I think they have something to look forward in the future. But at the same time, the Giants are an epitome of New York. There's nothing special about New York. It's just the pizza.
New York style pizza sucks, by the way.
I tried legit pizza, New York pizza. I actually liked it.
Really,
Yeah,
I hate how greasy it is.
that's my take on the NFC East. It's yeah, our divisions together, they're pretty similar in the
Yeah,
situation.
yeah, I think they're the best divisions in football.
Yeah.
Hey, moving on to the NFC South. This division's kind of like the AFC South, where it's like every team kind of sucks, so it's kind of hard to predict. But I'm gonna go with your boy Derek Carr to take the Saints to the playoffs. I think they got a good shot at finishing first. And then, man, it's a toss up. I mean, the Falcons, I think are gonna be better. I like their head coach a lot, but I don't know. I just think this is the Saints' year to go and win the division. And then I really want the Buccaneers to do well because of Baker Mayfield, and they still have a bunch of weapons on offense. You got Mike Evans, you got Chris Godwin. I think they got Russell Gage from the Falcons. Um, I just think Todd Bowles is a horrible coach, and I think they're old on the defensive side of the ball. And I think that was pretty evident last year.
Yeah.
And that's why it's a toss up between them and the Panthers. Just because I love Baker Mayfield, I'm going to go with the Buccaneers to finish third, and I'll go with the Panthers to finish last, just because I think there's going to be some growing pains with Bryce Young, and I don't really think they have the right coaching staff for him. I don't think Frank Wright is that good of a coach. I think he's a good coordinator. I don't think he's that good of a head coach. So I don't think the Panthers are going to be like a threat. It's going to come down to the Saints and Falcons. I believe in Derek Carr more than I believe in Desmond Ritter. Plus, the Saints still have Alvin Kamara for now, and if Michael Thomas stays healthy, then the Saints are in a good position. And I say I don't got much more to say after that.
That NFC South, I think this is probably arguably like the most like this is gonna be the interesting division of this season, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion. Because with the Saints, you're gonna be number one in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna let Derek Carr be Derek Carr. Not gonna be held back like what the Raiders been doing with him for a while now. Because they had John Gruden train him and all of that. Yeah, Derek Carr actually has good chemistry with Dennis Allen
Mm-hmm.
when Dennis Allen was with the Raiders for a little bit. I think you're going to see Derek Carr's true talent. It's not like what he was before we got that big injury,
Mm-hmm.
but I think you're going to let him off the chains like more than we did as the Raiders.
I
And
think
I
he's.
wouldn't be surprised to be a top seven quarterback.
I definitely think he's going on a fuck you tour. Like,
Honestly, I don't blame him.
yeah.
Honestly, I hope to God that make the fucking Raiders look like a bunch of idiots.
Do the Saints play the Raiders?
I think so.
Let's look. Uh, Chiefs, Chargers. Yep, they're gonna play the Raiders because they're playing the AFC West. What week? What week? Oh, maybe not. What the hell? Oh, that was the preseason. Oh, okay. They're not playing. Damn, that would have been a good fucking game.
They have so much talent in the defense, and like as you said, when Michael Thomas is healthy, that dude could tear up some fields.
Hmm.
And Alvin Kamara is kind of iffy right now because the drama between him and the court.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think this addition with Derek Carr, I think this will actually help Alvin Kamara like clean up and actually focus on his career. Because that's just what Derek Carr does. He's just sees better in people.
Yeah.
The dude's a legit leader, and I'm so dumbfounded the Raiders got rid of him. Now I actually have like a young quarterback behind him.
Yeah.
Now, my number two pick, honestly, I'm gonna ride on the Frank Reich train because I don't think the Falcons and Buccaneers are not legit.
Hmm.
I'm not saying they're gonna be dominating. I just think that division's not that good yet. I just just I think that Carolina has more talent than the Falcons and Buccaneers. They have a lot more going for them. I think Bryce Young's actually a good quarterback, and he actually might get him wins.
I mean, it would surprise me if they did good. I just don't think they're gonna.
Now, them to get in playoffs is going to be a definitely hell no.
Yeah.
Like Vision's second, that's more a possibility. And that's going to be my number two pick. It's going to be the Panthers.
See, I don't think like a wild card's gonna come out of this division. I think the wild card teams are gonna be the Cowboys and then two teams out of the NFC West.
Now, number three, I'm probably going to pick the Falcons. They have more going for them than the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
The coach they have is actually not bad coach.
Yeah, I
He's a
saw.
really respectable coach and actually has really good play calling for him.
Mhm.
But they're still recovering from the 28-3 team.
Yeah. Um, Sound. Have you watched quarterback yet?
No, not yet.
So Marcus Mariota is one of the quarterbacks that was covered on this season, and he was the quarterback for a time last season with the Falcons. So they had interviews with Arthur Smith, the head coach of the Falcons. That dude is going to be a great fucking coach.
Yeah. You can't deny Arthur Smith and his knowledge about the game.
Yeah, no, he,
The dude's legit.
yeah, he was a big impression on me from this show. Same with the Vikings coach. I mean, I
Now,
always love,
now being said, I wouldn't be surprised if Falcons fire him next couple of years because the Falcons being Falcons and him
yeah,
going to be a coordinator again, be a coaching and actually dominating another team. It would not surprise me.
yeah, it wouldn't surprise me either. I think he would. I don't think it's going to happen, but I think he would fit in really well with Washington.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, Washington or hell, even the fucking Texans.
yeah,
Now, number four, I I wish like the Buccaneers did more for Baker Mayfield, but as of right now, it's not
yeah,
looking good for him. But I also think Baker Mayfield is actually going to cook this season.
yeah. I,
But
I,
at the same time, there's not enough weapons and for the Buccaneers. Or everyone's old.
I mean, they got weapons. I mean, Mike Evans is still incredible, and Chris Godwin. I mean, he's coming off injury, but I mean, their offense, I don't think is a problem. I think their old ass defense, because I mean, they got
That
embarrassed
that
by Dak.
that team's a retirement home.
Yeah, I mean, they drafted they signed all those old motherfuckers to come play with Tom Brady, and now they're still on the team, and Brady's not.
Yeah, now they're facing the consequences of that.
Yeah, I mean, they basically helped buy a Super Bowl, basically, and I mean, like I said, their coaching staff is horrible. They might have the worst coaching staff in the league. And then on top of the old defense. that's where I want them to do good because I love Baker Mayfield and I hate what happened to him because the Browns are fucking assholes.
You
But
see, when he was in LA, when they actually gave him a chance to play, he actually did really well.
yeah, and that's the thing. He's not going to have a offensive genius like Sean McVay in Tampa either. So he'll have the talent with him,
I
but
think he's going to bring. We're probably going to see a little bit of that OU style Baker Mayfield again. Not completely, but I think just a little bit more. But like I says, he's going to be Buccaneers going to be a fourth division. Todd Bowles is a horrible coach. He's he's not complete trash as a coordinator, but it's not the best either.
yeah, he's a good coordinator. He's smart, but he's not a leader.
Yeah.
But all right, moving on to. Did you have anything else about the NFC South?
No. I just
Uh,
hope Derek Carr wins.
Me too. I like that guy a lot. Moving on to the NFC West. Um, it's easy to tell who's going to be last place. The Cardinals, they fucking suck. First, it's hard not to go with San Francisco, but it's also like I don't like what I'm hearing from the 49ers. Like they're high on Sam Darnold, and I don't know why. Sam
Are
Darnold
you,
sucks.
are you serious?
Yeah. Like I keep reading, like it's either going to be Trey Lance or Sam Darnold or Brock Purdy as the starting quarterback, and I'm like, how is Sam Darnold in that conversation? He's dog shit. Brock Purdy, I think, should be the starter. Trey Lance, nothing against him, but Brock Purdy's better.
Yeah, they honestly should trade Trey Lance for a team that needs a quarterback.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if fucking Raiders trade for him, to be honest.
he'd fit in good with the Raiders or the Patriots.
Yeah, he would. He actually would have been good with us or Patriots.
But I think San Francisco's going to win it, and the Seahawks are going to finish second. I think the Seahawks probably got a good chance of being a wild card team. Um, Geno Smith, he made me a believer. I used to make fun of him, but not after last season, man. He looked fucking good. I actually apologize to Geno Smith because, dude, I thought the Seahawks were going to be one of the worst teams in the NFL last year, and he proved me wrong. And I think Pete Carroll's an excellent coach, and the rest of the team's good to decent, like they're not horrible. And then, see, I don't know if the Rams are going to be a wild card team. They're another team that's feeling the effects of buying a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
And I don't know who the backup. Oh, Stetson Bennett. I think Matt Stafford probably gets hurt again this year. I think this might end up being Matt Stafford's last season in LA. I think he might retire after this season. They can't release him. It would hurt their cap space too much if they released him. But I think they could talk him into retirement because I mean, the dude's not going to win another Super Bowl.
I'm
And
just glad he won one.
yeah, I mean, I didn't. I'm not the biggest Matt Stafford fan, so I'm not like.
I'm
I
not
mean,
either, but I feel really bad what Detroit did to him.
yeah, but they could potentially be a wild card team. I don't know. I think it's going to come down between them or the Commanders, I guess, for the other wild card spot. Because, like I said, I don't think anyone out of the South is going to be one. It's just it depends on Matt Stafford's play and like here. Let's look at the Rams schedule because I'm curious. Like if they have a hard schedule, then let's see, Chargers, Raiders. They could
Honestly, I
Broncos.
think the Raiders will beat them.
God damn it! I looked at the fucking preseason again. All right, regular season Seahawks. They could beat the Seahawks. They'll probably lose to the 49ers, lose to the Bengals, beat the Colts. So that's 2-2. Eagles 2-3, 3-3. Ah, man. I mean, they got a shot at finishing 9-8. looking at the schedule because they play some tough teams and they play some teams they can beat. And the only teams that they play that are outright shit are the Cardinals. So, and the Colts. Ah, man, they're a hard team to predict. Um, I think they're gonna finish third, and like I said, the Cardinals they suck, so they're gonna finish last. Go ahead, Drew.
So the first is obviously gonna be for San Fran. Those annoying little shitheads of the fan base that they are. You can't really deny the defense they have or the offensive talent.
Mm-hmm.
Now that being said, they fucking start Sam Darnold. They're easily probably are gonna be 9-8. But
Yeah,
actually go with the youth. Yeah, they're definitely going to playoffs.
yeah. They if they start Sam Darnold, they deserve whatever shit they get.
Exactly.
I think Brock Purdy is gonna be a stud. So yeah, they gotta go with him.
Number two, I'm gonna say LA. I think that's a safe pick for number two.
Mm,
They have such a dominated defense, and the offense is like, eh, they're okay. I mean, if Matt Stafford stays healthy, yeah, they might make it to the playoffs. But I'm most certain they're good. Second division. Number three, I'm probably gonna say the Seahawks. Now I'm gonna stay behind the Geo Smith train. I think they actually finally give him a chance to be at number one, and he looked really well last season. It
yeah,
surprised the hell out of me.
I know.
I think it surprised him too because I think I saw a tweet actually. Wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, I mean, hell, I mean, it's funny like thinking about like comeback player of the year and how he won it. And usually they give that to a dude who comes back from injury, and no, he came back from sucking. And that's how he won comeback player of the year.
Honestly, well deserved.
Yeah.
Number four is Cardinals. Just gone.
Yeah.
They shot themselves in the foot and what a fucking 12 gauge shotgun.
Yeah.
I don't know what the
Yeah.
hell's going on with Kyler Murray. He's not focusing on his football career. He's kind of like goofing around
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah.
And
Cal
they got rid of DeAndre Hopkins. And there's nothing really looking for the Cardinals. They're going to suck again.
yeah, they're dog shit.
It's going to be another 100 more years to win a championship again.